Welcome to the BRL Monaco Tier 5 Grand Prix. We're just loading in now. Fortunately, we have not the greatest attendance tonight, but that is how it goes at Monaco, unfortunately. Some people not able to hack it or were unavailable due to personal reasons, but 10 drivers, so points on the board for everybody tonight, and that could change up the championship standings. Ethan ahead of everybody else right now by a bit of a gap after winning the last race and pushing his lead even farther, so we'll have to see if anybody else can make a change up and take a lead and take a win here today and push Ethan onto his heels a little bit more. Everyone's just loading in. What's the weather looking like? Could we have a wet Monaco for 10 drivers? Would that be wonderful? Looks pretty dry for quali. I'll have to see who gets out first, though. Everyone's swapping onto their setups, figuring out what kind of strategy they're going to do. It's probably just going to be soft runs, considering it is Monaco and your starting position is most important overall. Yes. You include your audio there, Phoenix? Or, fucking Phantom, rather? My bad.
I did include my audio.
There you go. I got co-coms. Hooray! Not bad. Zach the Beast is out there, yeah, with Bad Hunt House, and yeah, Mike getting out first. Oh man, Monaco. What a treacherous track. I think we can all agree that it's not to say that it's not fun, it's just a challenge I don't think we are all wanting at most of the time. It's too tight to make a move. There's not a lot of action. I think it's a little boring, although it is fun because it is a tight city circuit. It's just boring.
It's definitely a battle between and the track itself and between drivers.
It's like, hey, is the track gonna bite him and take off his wing before it takes off my wing kind of thing? Like, there's a lot of that. Or not take off your own wing in theory.
Currently, everybody right now is on softs except for Jack Carl and Gas Smoking on the mediums.
Yeah, I'm okay with just taking that medium to that kind of like scout, just to throw down a banker time. Doesn't really matter what you do, you just try to push. Get onto the softs, get a little bit of traction, you think you can do a little bit better. But Mike's doing a pretty tidy lap so far. Again, it's not the easiest place to get traction, especially in these a lot of low traction zones. I think we can all agree that it's not super fun on those particularly. Cainwright, he does keep his speed relatively good through there. Grabbed a little bit of speed to recover from when he was pushing it really hard, but didn't hit the wall or anything. Very good lap. Very good lap so far for him. 15. And we got from Zach, we got a 12, and I believe it was Bad Hunt House coming in Yeah, so he's right in behind. So they're hitting 12.9s, 12.7s already. Who else is on a run?
Next
Watchman
car on
on a
track
lap.
would be Avi, but he is on an outlap.
Watchman's off.
So I believe Jack would be the next car to cross the line. And he has
And he's
end
got
plate
wing
damage.
damage. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it is nicer to go out on the mediums instead of offset. Like, you only scrub some mediums. Like, that's not... It's nothing to worry about. You can come right in the pits, slap on a new wing, go back out on the mediums, or go out on the softs instead. Like, you know, a lot of these guys are coming in the pits. Avi on a run now.
Yeah, if I was Jack, I'd rather still at least complete the lap so you have A time down in case you do invalidate or get even worse wing damage on your other runs.
Oh, and Avi is off with wing damage. Clip the wall just a little bit, getting greedy, but again, that's qualify. Like, if there's a time to be greedy, it's qualify. So, other cars coming through. The Renault now getting involved. So now Ethan's plate with a collision with Avi, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Ethan. Ethan,
That's definitely going to be in the stewards report.
Is that also with Ethan? No. Only Avi has the 5 great place. Which... stewards might have to kind of let go if the grid penalty might stay. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we'll have to look at that. This is a weird scenario. But Ethan, wing damage, probably going to come into the pits. Not the way he wanted that to go. Slingshot on a run, I do believe. As well as gas smoke, and I believe going through tunnel now on those mediums.
And then you have Books in front of him about to enter the Sector 3 as he invalidates and also hits the wall.
How is gas smoking gonna do? Oh, he hits the wall bad. Oh. Man, this has been a rough quali. I get it though. You gotta push. It is quality. Then there is time to put down a lap, so like I get it. You might slap it as hard as you can now. No one's crashed it out though. That's good on them. They've kept it within like a certain level of safety. You know.
Next one will be Slingshot. He still has his wing in contact around the second corner to final corner. See what time he can put down.
I think he had a bit of a spin earlier, but yeah, he does a 15. I think he can definitely improve on that. But maybe he's just doing another run, getting some practice down. I think Watchman now is on a run, the next driver to be. Gets it fairly right through Sector 1, I would have to say. Grabbed quite a bit of the road that you need to grab and slinged it through.
Yeah, definitely.
So how
with
did you
all
like
these...
your wheel practice here? Sorry.
Here, I'll just continue on. But yeah, for all these other guys in the Tier 5 lobby, it's just better to at least have a lap time down. Knowing it's Monaco, it's going to be rough. Rather set a lap time and then start pushing to find time. But practice for me was had its ups and downs at Canada. Also, purple Sector 2 and 1 for Watchmen, so provisionally...
Slingshot can just get a... Oh, Slingshot's in the pit. Seat's out of the way. That's fine. Watchman can maybe set up here. Got the pace for it.
12.5. Ooh, 12.76.
Just a few thousandths ahead of Zach the Beast, but that's going to put down the gauntlet for P1 at the moment as our provisional pole. Just turning down the engine, I think, and making his way through. I do believe there was a Red Bull of gas smoking, but I believe he's only on an outlap. Is Ethan on a run? Yes. Making his way through Sector 1 now. And everyone says that Monaco is much more of a a wheel track, and I can't necessarily disagree because I've never tried it on a wheel or been strong enough on a wheel to do so. So
It definitely has its ups and downs. You can be more precise with the wheel, especially in a lot of the corners, but just feeling that traction and when your brakes lock up, that's where it's more to the controller's side.
fair enough. I just feel like some of these guys can really nab these low hairpin like corners. Ethan getting a little bit deep into that little chicane there, but not his best run, I don't think, but I think he's got time for another run anyhow. Monaco is a fairly short track overall. And Ethan's just going to try and set down a time. What's he going to do? It's going to be a 12.8, so that's going to put him P3. And he goes deep into turn 1. Real deep, and he's out. He's out.
So that's it for him.
That's it for him. That's his second DNF in 2 qualifiers. So, not great on him so far. I don't know how he locked it up so badly or why he was going so fast in the corner. But, who else is on? Books is coming through. I believe he's just about to finish his run on the mediums. Gonna come into the pits now? No, he's gonna finish his lap. Got a little bit of wing damage, I think. Yep.
17.5 for him on the mediums.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting
Probably
seeing some of these guys on the mediums, as the typical strategy is a soft to hard.
There's only 10 of them, so if you can set out a decent time on the mediums and then just kind of coast, I guess, or, you know, other people crash out, don't have you.
Yeah, at least with this track for Monaco, it's all about track position for quali. You can at least stay with the softs and work with the hards to the end. Just depends on if you get wing damage and if you need to change your wings. Which is a good thing for the 10 runners. They can all get points if they bring the car on home.
Yes. Bad Hunt House is going to put a 12.6. So that's going to put him P2, I'm sure.
Goes a 12.4.
Yeah, improves from his previous time up to a 12.4. Watchman still on an outlap on those mediums. Oh no, he's just trying to get back to the pit. Still shouldn't cut the chicane like still gotta follow track limits, but the way it is Mike's on a lap with the Haas, trying to improve 15.1. I think it's going to be somewhat easy for him to do. Does get 0.3, 2.5 tenths up through Sector 1, so definitely improving. What's he able to do? Does pretty good through his traction zone. Gets a good lift out of the corner. He's going to be able to slingshot it through here. He could have took a little bit more pace through. He's lost his wing, but he's near the end of the lap. Should just try to carry it through or head to the pits now. What's he going to do? Into the pits? No, he's going to finish this lap. He's got it. He thinks he's got the time. What can we do? 13.1. Still good enough for P5. Yeah, Abby sets a 16.3 and Mike behind for a 13.1, so everyone's slotting themselves in. Yeah, smoking. Anybody else on a run? I think Watchman isn't. I think Watchman's, yeah, validated. So he's just about to start another run, I think, but... Oh. What? Be interested to know what happened there, but whatever. Slingshot run. Trying to get back into the pits, maybe? Yeah. Trying to get back to the pits. Books heading back out. Gas smoking on a run.
I believe Watchman ahead is also on a run and just in front of Gas Smoking on track, but we will see.
See, I know he invalidated last lap on those mediums. I guess he has enough fuel. I've seen him do multiple runs on mediums before, and at Monaco, you can definitely do that. Curious to see what he's going to do with that. Oh, loses a bit of an end plate there. Is he going to come into the pits and maybe make a last minute decision? No. Goes all the way through. What's he going to set? An 11.8 on the mediums. He knew he had it. He knew he had it. Gas Smoking unfortunately invalidates, and that's not going to help his run. Maybe he's got time to just do another if he's got the fuel for it. Monaco usually have a little extra, but Jack Carl not heading out for a run, I don't think. Bad Hunt House on an outlap trying to improve. But yeah, Gas Smoking trying to improve.
Yeah, if I was Gas Smoking, I'd probably either one, set the lap and just kind of cruise through at least Monaco so you can have a lap on the board, or just go in the pits and try to get fresh tires.
Fresh tires from 9th is not a bad situation, though. Sure, it's not the best at Monaco, but, you know, it might still be maybe into turn 1 or on to lap 1 to lap 3. So, we shall see. Still trying to put down a time.
Ooh, does set purple sector 2, but he does hit the wall at swimming pool chicane.
Hits the wall pretty hard. Yeah, he's just going to come in and finish that. He's done. His teammate, though, still on a run. He's got purple sectors. Does not hit the wall. Oh, comes close there, but that's Monaco. It's always close everywhere. Coming down through. Is he going to improve? He's going to set a new pole by a few thousandths. The mediums can't take pole. He snags it away. Watchman won't have time to make another run. I don't think. No, he's into the pits. Won't have time to make it through again. Everybody else on outlaps to do a final run. Mike trying to get an outlap done. Avi on an outlap. Books on an outlap. Jack Carl still didn't make it out. So, Books getting a lineup now going. Avi just behind him trying to get a pull him. And Avi's a little bit deep into the wall. It's not going to help his run, but Books has a much better exit on his way through. Books definitely wanting to improve from a 17. Will be probably pretty easy to do. I know he's got a lot more pace than that in the cards. Wasn't even supposed to show up today and is about to maybe show up some people today. Haha. So let's see. Come on, Books. Let's see what you got. Up 2 seconds. Not a huge surprise, but it's not going to put him too high up. He improve a little bit more into the final turns here. It's going to be a 14.8. It's going to be P7. It's not bad. It's good improvement, though. Good improvement. Puts him right
He's
behind
in the pits,
Slingshot.
and Mike is also in the pits.
Yeah. That should be the end of our quali session.
That is the end of our quali session.
Well, that being said, bad Hunt House taking pole away from Watchman by only a few thousandths from those softs to the medium. I wonder if Watchman definitely has the advantage. Could definitely steal a win being on those mediums to start. yeah, put a little bit more dag into them, but the mediums can go quite a lot longer than a soft set. So
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because both Mike and Avi have their grid penalties, and Gas Smokin' and Jack are going to be on theirs to start off.
yeah, so at least they've moved up in a sense. That's not bad if you start in P6, P7 on fresh tire. Or 7, 8 rather, but yes, very interesting. I wonder how Ethan's going to do off the hop. He's got to move from P4 and cut through his way if he wants a podium. Watchman on the invert kind of set is definitely going to be someone have to really fight if he wants to win. Bad Hunt House definitely showing he's got the pace on the soft, so obviously not an easy competition there for Ethan just to push his way through. It's going to be a bit of a fight this time. See if somebody else can steal a win today.
Interesting strategy between the top two guys as they're on softs and mediums, so either those softs will pull away or it's going to be an interesting fight between them when the mediums at least come into play.
What would you do if you're starting on the mediums? Would you just try the medium hard? Is it worth it? Do you just go medium soft? What do you even try to do at that point?
It's definitely better to be softs around here because there's almost always going to be guaranteed a safety car just with everything going on, but seeing how the crowd is today, it's kind of hard to tell.
I'm not so sure a safety car is certain with only 10 drivers. I think it's not necessarily populated for that to be deemed unsafe. You know what I mean? So one car crashes out, they all continue on. They're all a minute away from the accident at that point. So
yeah, at this point, I don't really think it's down to strategy. It's whoever keeps their wings the cleanest and doesn't have to do extra pit stops.
Who knows? Maybe someone will get a free pit stop on a VSC. That could be an interesting change of pace through here as well. As they're going to get down with their form lap. Bad Hunt House is going to take us off the line. Nice to see a Red Bull beating out a Merc for the 1-2 at Monaco. It's got some feel-good moments there for some people, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Also, Zach feeling good in that was up in P3 for a podium spot.
He's had P3. He's had P2. I know he's not satisfied. He wants P1 though, so I'm really hoping he does have it. But again, Watchman on those mediums and Ethan and Bad Hunt House are still good like between these top four, it's gonna be a hard fight. Like I think Slingshot might be best off if he just lets these top four fight and, you know, keep his nose clean literally and, you know, try to avoid any track penalties. It might really help him out at the end of the race, but Buck's also showing some pace out there, so definitely not going to be easy to keep him behind with that, as well as Gas Smoke and Jack Carl on fresh tire, so. And both Jack Carl and Gas Smoke have opted for mediums. Although if I could start P7 and on fresh tire and be mediums, I'm down for that. I have no complaints with that.
As at least starting on the fresh medium should be a good idea for them. Not really a lot of cars, or at least spots for overtaking, so they're not going to lose a whole lot of positions. Just going to be watching out for the guys ahead.
Overcut. Yeah. A medium overcut could definitely be a handy thing for them to move up maybe a few positions. As now Avi is on to the back of the grid. Bad Hunt House about to get down with the launch as our 5 red lights are coming down. No one jumps the start, which is good at least. No drive-through penalties. Everybody pushing through. Bad Hunt House getting ahead. With Watchman right behind him, but Ethan takes his way up into P3. Getting ahead of Zach the Beast into turn 1. Oh, Slingshot's actually ahead into P4 through turn 1. Zach the Beast falling down to P5. But we got Books in P6. not too far behind. So it is a fight. Everyone trying to get down into the chicane. We're already seeing people brake checking each other. Just, you got to take it slow, guys. It's the only Gear 1 corner on the entire F1 circuit, so you got to realize it's a slow corner. I think these guys kept most of their noses clean for the most part, but yeah, an interesting start. Ethan already up into P3, Slingshot P4, Watchman P2, Bad Hunt House holding his lead a second ahead. Watchman being hounded by Ethan at this point, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can hold them off with those medium tires.
It's also definitely going to be interesting because I believe Bad Hunt House has wing damage. He has his left end plate, so this could come into play for the guys behind.
I think he threw it a little bit too deep into turn 1. It might have cost him that end plate, but right now sets that provisional lap for purples being lap 1, but yeah, missing an end plate, not great.
It's definitely not great for at the start, but he can hold people up. Just going to be down to whether Watchman and Ethan are going to want to battle this out or try to stick with and possibly take away Bad Hunt's pole position.
Well, Watchman's making that Merc pretty wide, and I wouldn't blame him to do that. It's a strategy call on him. Slingshot defending very well up into P4, just holding on to the back of Ethan as best he can. Zach the Beast still hounding him. Bucks has fallen off a little bit. I think he's just trying to deal with the dirty air and get used to this, but Gas Smoking still P7 on those mediums, hasn't fallen back. The Watchman's going to take a 3-second time penalty. Zach the Beast is trying to claw into Slingshot, but again, there's not a lot of room to make an overtake here. So it's hard to even go around the outside inside. There's just not any real room with the racing line to do so.
And our first car in the pits is Books for a wing change, and onto the hards.
I don't blame him there, but Slingshot and Zach the Beast are fighting it out. Slingshot just making the car really wide, defending very well. I feel bad for Zach. There's just not a lot of places to make a move, and it's just difficult. Slingshot's a very good defender, but he's put it into the wall. Oh no, down to the hairpin. He's going to lose out 2-3 positions as Mike slings himself through. And Slingshot's taking some bad wing damage. Zach the Beast up into P4. And then he's 4 seconds back from Ethan, who's still hounding the back of Watchman. So, very interesting. Watchman's closed in a little bit to Bad Hunt House. Not a huge surprise with that wing damage. It's probably got them on somewhat par pace, but Bad Hunt House still has to deal with the tire deg that is impending. So we should see as Zach the Beast is clawed in almost a second, trying to close in that gap, and Gas Smokin's hit the wall, lost quite a lot of wing. He might be swapping out here.
Yep.
See if anybody will
as
be
long
pitting.
as Zach gets his 3 seconds back, he will provisionally be in P3 because Watchman has his 3-second time penalty.
Slingshot into the pits, probably for a new wing, set of tires. Looks like he's going to the hards as well to the end. See if anything changes for him, maybe. Still points on the board for him if he can finish the race, which is good. Gas Smoking and Mike fighting it out, but yeah, Gas Smoking just not having the pace with the broken wing. Lets Mike, being a gentleman, not defending when not really needed. Zach the Beast still closing in. He's almost down into the 3-second mark now. Not as much as when he first got that breath of fresh air, but still closing in quite a bit. Ethan falling off of the guys ahead, and it's helped him close in. 2.3 now. Set in purples. He's really going for it. Zach the Beast wants it. I didn't say anything about him in quali, but I am mistaken. I should have, because maybe he's going to make it happen this time around at Monaco and take the win. Who knows? He's got the pace. He's already down under 2 seconds, closing into Ethan, who's struggling a little bit on those softs compared to Watchman at this point. I don't know if he's just pushed too much or doesn't have it. As Jack Carl's left the session. Not sure if that's a disconnection. Not sure if you can get them back in here.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to get them back in.
Exciting race for 10 drivers, I'll give them that much. Top 3 are still within 2 seconds, so... And Zach the Beast is closing in fast. He's almost within a second. He's making it a 4-way fight. He's got the pace. He's used up so much ERS catching these guys, but they haven't been using it. And they can't. So he can recharge as much as he wants. He's literally on the back of Ethan's gearbox now. Gets a little bit squirrely as he's just giving us a little happy wiggle of, hey, I caught up to these guys so quickly, you know. So off they go. Bad Hunt House just nursing that wing damage, doing quite well with it. Yeah, smoking into the pits now, off of those mediums. Probably going to the hards for a new wing.
Yeah, the best thing that Bad House can do is, or Bad Hunt House can do, is just hold up these guys as much as he can until his pit window opens in a few laps.
Well, everyone else is falling back into him. Oh, and there's wing damage behind as he kind of ghosted and threw people off. He takes more wing damage. And Watchman's through. Ethan's through. And they're battling through the tunnels. Zach the Beast is through. Bad Hunt House takes bad wing damage, and he's slinged himself back. And now it's a new fight for the top 3 as Ethan and Zach the Beast are fighting each other, but Watchman is struggling on the mediums. He gets ahead a little bit into the corner after Ethan had to check up and Zach the Beast checked up on him. And Ethan checks up again, does a little happy wiggle trying to get out of that dirty air. So, man, these guys are just fighting for traction out there, giving it everything.
Yeah, it definitely could be that Monaco is also an unforgiving track for traction, and also that these tires are about halfway through their stint, too.
It's a long race. 39 laps here is a long, long race, even for a 50%. So it's not the easy drive to do. Ethan's still wanting to close in on those mediums. He has to get ahead of Watchman if he wants to make a difference. Watchman has, in theory, the ultimate advantage right now, being the #1 car on the mediums with no wing damage. He does have a time penalty, but I think that's kind of small grapes at this point if he can get ahead, Egg. But, oh, as I say that, I think Watchman just took some wing damage into tunnel. Unless that was the car ahead of Avi, but
no, that
no,
definitely
that
was
his
Watchman.
wing.
He went a little wide and got his end plate damage. So this could come into play for Ethan and Zach.
Well, that's gonna
right behind.
Throw off the medium strategy. Well, is that going to help Mike? Maybe he'll be able to hold him up long enough for Mike to catch in, but I think Mike's had a bit of a no, which isn't going to help. Watchman into the pits now. Ethan's getting himself up into P1. Zach the Beast at stand. He's pushing with DRS as hard as he can. I think Zach the Beast is going to fight Ethan pretty aggressively for this spot. I don't think he's going to let anything slide here.
I mean, even if I was Zach the Beast, I'd rather just kind of stick behind him and let Ethan make a mistake. Keep the nose clean so you don't have to change your wing, because that's an easy 5 seconds loss right there. Because both these boys do have an 18-second gap between Mike right behind, who is closing on them.
Well, Zach the Beast did take a little bit of wing damage, and that's not going to help him. So he's having a hard time. Ethan running away with it a little bit. No wing damage so far for him. Hopefully he's able to keep it that way and just run his race and keep away from everybody else. But right now, Zach the Beast is his only real threat. Watchman on to the hards. So he's going to the end. 30 laps on media or hards isn't horrid. Zach the Beast pits early. 7 laps. Gets that wing damage gone. And Ethan is gone himself. Mike is probably going to maybe slink himself up into P2 with Zach the Beast just slinking in behind him through the pit. So Mike, not doing bad. He's got the wing damage, but he's the driver that seems to be able to limp it. So...
Oh, and our first retirement,
Oh,
Jack Carl and turn
Jack
1.
Carl. That's a safety car. So for Mike, this is fucking perfect. He just needs to run away with the Delta a little bit. Get his pit in. Oh, he goes a little bit deep. That's not going to help him. He's going to take off a little bit more wing. But that's okay. He's got probably a lot of Delta to run away with if he can, but that wing's not going to help him.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy pit stop. Yeah, these first two runners are going to have a free pit stop. They can go on to the hards or the mediums if they do want to stretch it.
Oh boy. What is Ethan going to do? You into the pits? He's into the pits. Mediums or hard? That's the question. Those softs do look pretty tired. I think hards is kind of the call with the back runners already on the hards. Ethan jumping to the hards, probably going to the end. Mike, what is your call? What is the play?
This also helps Watchman too come back in as his hards are only 1 lap in.
It is true.
And Watchman's in the pits.
Now. Watchman going to mediums and a new wing. So let's see. Is Avi going to be able to get himself around? Oh, he should be able to get around Ethan in the safety car, hopefully, on lap. Is he lapped? I don't think he is he? No, he's
I do
lapped.
believe. Yeah, Ethan, or not Ethan, It's Me is lapped. But
Avi should try to get himself through if he can, but... I'm pretty sure in 2020 you're allowed to overtake the safety car now if you're lapped.
There is a glitch where it sometimes
says
tells
you
you
got
to
penalties,
overtake,
but you don't. But
no, it'll tell you to overtake the safety car, and if you do, you have 2 seconds to get the car back, or it's an automatic disqualification. So I know there's that bug because I've had that in Spain. So.
Avi collides with Zach the Beast. That's a 5-second. That's not going to help. And is Zach going to take off his wing? It's not going to take off Zach
Doesn't
the
look
Beast's
like,
wing.
Yeah, no damage to Zach and no penalty either.
Odd. Slingshot. You shouldn't be taking track penalties. It's safety car, bud. Take her easy. Come on. But not doing too bad. Gives everyone a chance to restack, reset. Only lost out Jack Carl so far. Mike being a newer driver to BRL, but doing well, already up into podium possible payout position here. Ethan's got a pretty good position considering he still has Avi behind him, which is only going to help him on the restart.
Also, same with Mike on those fresh mediums. Same with Watchman right behind. So could be interesting with all the medium and hard runners.
Well, it gave Zach the Beast the breath of fresh wind air he needed because like he's now P2 on those hards, just 1 lap older than Ethan's. So. Some of these guys are collecting onto the back now. I wonder when that safety car is going to go.
Do believe the safety car will be in this lap.
Watchman have that overtake glitch? I think he does, where it's always perma held down. Safety car is in this lap. Ethan's going to back up the crowd nicely if he can. Get away from the safety car. It is a short pit entry for the safety car, though. Still gonna limit your throttle if you get up too close, Ethan. And he's gonna get a really good run from these guys. Zach the Beast has still gotta get through Avi. Avi's ghosted, and Zach the Beast is gonna try and push his way through. The McLaren driver does so, but still has 2 seconds to catch up. Mike is still within a second of Zach the Beast, still trying to hold on to that podium position. Watchman struggling a little bit behind as him and Bad Huntos trade up positions, but yeah, Smoking and Slingshot change up positions. What happened to Slingshot? He's got wing damage?
Could just be the cold
Slingshot.
tires too.
Oh, team orders? Gas Smoking gets through on Bad Hunthouse. Mediums to the hards. Interesting. Good play, boys. I like it. I like it. I like to see team orders like that. Good to see. Zach the Beast is closed in. He's definitely got the pace for Ethan. He's giving Ethan a good run for his money. I think Zach the Beast has more pace. He just has to make the overtake in Monaco, which is, well, an overtake in Monaco. So
yeah, there's really only 2 key areas to overtake, which is turn 1 and then going into the chicane after tunnel. Overtake everywhere else, but you just gotta really trust the driver in front of you or also behind.
exactly. But, Mike's closed in. Still holding a second to these guys on the fresher mediums. I wonder if he's going to be able to get the move done. Bad Hunthouse into the pits. I guess he's getting a new wing. And onto mediums, but going to slot him back up into P8. Bit of a cut from the books, but keeps it relatively clean. He's just hounding the back of Slingshot, though. He wants to make a few positions done. He's missing an end plate already, which isn't going to help. DRS is enabled. Trying to get a better run around Slingshot here. Isn't quite able to make it, but Watchman on the back of Mike now. So they're making it a tandem fight for 1-2 and 3-4. But it is a fight for the top 4 at this point. You can cover them all within 3 seconds. And it is definitely anybody's game at this point. Medium runners could either go to the softs and screw up these older hards, hitting early that they had to, and oh, Zach the Beast is off. He grabs the back of the wall with the back tire, I think, and does the spin on the small little hairpin chicane there, but man, that's not what he wanted. So Gas Smokin's going to inherit a position, but yeah, Watchman up into P3. Still has wing damage. Mike with wing damage, and Ethan, I think, looking fairly clean. Yeah. Mike with that hurt wing, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate for Zach Beast because he had the pace. He was just being a little aggressive with that corner and also the last one too. Just hugging the wall.
Yeah, well, not all of us can wall ride like Lando Norris, now can we? We have damage on in this league, right? So, Hook's doing everything he can to fight the back of Slingshot, but man, it is rough. He's got Zach now on the back of him, wanting to cut his way back through after spinning on those hards. But Man, these guys are making a great three-way fight. As I wonder if Watchman's going to be able to get through any of through Mike. Oh,
Ooh.
and yeah, that was bad. Hunt house off? No, that was
books off. I don't know if that was contact or not.
I don't know if that was the wall contact or if that was contact with another driver, but he's got bad wing damage. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few Stewart reports, but that's the way she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Zach the Beast on to the back of Slingshot.
Yep. And also,
he's
Mike and Watchman still battling it out.
Yes.
As Watchman also unfortunately picks up a time penalty for cutting that hairpin.
Yes, so does Watchman have now 6 seconds of time penalties, I think. So
I believe he does.
Mike. I haven't seen Mike, but again, I'm not entirely trying to keep track of everybody's at this point, but he's hounding the back of them. These two fighting it out for whatever podium position they want at this point.
Actually, it looks like Watchman has 3 penalties. So this also comes into play for gas smoking right behind if he's clean.
Someone missed the race because they just got home now. I'm sure it was just because of work, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, but Mike is just getting hounded by Watchman. As Watchman tries to make an aggressive move, is he going to be able to do it into Sector 1 here? Can he get the run done? He's making the looks. Just hard. Oh, he does make the dive. Oh, and there's contact. That's... Oh, boy. Watchman
and a reset to track for Watchman. That's a no-no.
That's a no-no. We'll have to... Yeah, that's a Stewart report and a half. But anyhow, Ethan now running away, clear of any real danger and traffic. He just has to keep his nose out of the wall and be a good boy. And it'll be his. Mike trying to recover after... Doesn't look like he took any more wing damage. Watchman takes another 3 seconds for cutting that chicane there. But Watchman into the pits now. Mike on his way through.
And this brings gas smoking around into P3.
Watchman onto softs. I guess he doesn't have any other new tires, but why wouldn't he just try to run a used set of... Like, he wasn't on the hards that long. Just jump back on the hards.
Yeah, I'm questioning why... Those softs definitely can make it to the end, but they will be popping within those last 3 laps. As a safety
another safety car.
As Watchman DNFs.
I don't know if that was an intentional quit, but he went straight, I think, into turn 1, out of the pits.
That's definitely questionable, because I didn't witness what happened in turn 1 either with him.
I didn't see it either, but he's on fresh softs. I don't know if maybe that was coming out of the pit and maybe his wheel had a glitch or something. I don't know. That's something to ask for later. That's gonna help everybody else though. We'll have to...
Yeah.
We got time.
I'm feeling Ethan's gonna be coming in for mediums.
Lots of warnings. Lots of warnings so far. Pit stops so far. The drivers have made... I guess it only shows you what they've gone from to their current, but yeah. Even tells you the pit time. Nice.
As gas smoking is now our leader for this race, with Ethan right behind.
Hey, well, Ethan wanted those fresh mediums, and I don't necessarily blame him. But Mike,
I don't blame him either,
fresh
but
mediums as well.
Definitely having track position at this place is a lot better than having fresh tires.
Zach the Beast is probably going to be able to try to drive from this point with the second safety car onto the mediums to the end, I'm sure. Slingshot onto the mediums to the end, I'm sure, as well. Bad Hunt House on the older mediums used set, but fresh wing and fresh attitude, hopefully, and able to, you know, maybe make something out of this race that hasn't gone exactly his way. Books has lots of time to try and claw back to the back of the safety car, but those hards will make it to the end. He's just not got the pace like everybody else does ahead. Avi is kind of out of it with that being caught in the middle of the safety car pack and already a lap down. He's not going to be able to improve too much, unfortunately.
It's definitely interesting. Everybody is on mediums except for Books right now on the hards.
Man, oh man, what a race. I did not expect 2 safety cars with only 10 drivers. I did not, honestly.
Also brings It's Me up into P8 too, so as long as he finishes, points for Andy.
At least finishing still gets some points here. That is one thing. It's still P8 just to finish. Or if anybody else crashes out, it's still another spot. So, hey, it's not bad. Smokin', Ethan, and Beast for top 3, says Titan. But what of Mike? What of poor Mike? He's been a good boy. He's been a good little hoss. Warning and a warning. See? He's been a good little hoss. Had that little issue into the hairpin.
I think safety cars should be either in this lap, if not the next lap.
I would believe it's next lap at this point. It's a little too late for it to go in now, so I think it's waiting for Books mostly. Which won't be a huge problem at this point, as long as these guys don't bend a wing into one another. Keep it nice and easy, guys. But now Ethan still has to make his way through, and so far we've not really seen Ethan make a move on anybody that hasn't just put it into a wall yet. So, can he still make the move on Gas Smokin'? Gas Smokin's got those old mediums, but like realistically, he can just Hamilton this shit out. And cry that Bono, my tires are gone, Bono, but like still make it to the end. He's got wing damage, he just has to hold them off.
Yeah, I have a feeling Ethan's just going to be
they're all gonna
waiting for Gas Smokin' to hit the wall and go in and repair his wing. So we'll definitely have to sit back and see what happens.
Stressful times.
Also want to give out a shout out to our 44 viewers watching the stream. It's been pretty interesting with only 10 drivers with now 8 remaining.
It has been an interesting Tier 5 race, that is for sure. If anybody was still interested in joining Breakout Racing League, you can always enter your time trials and we can try and slot you in. Car will be in this lap. I do believe our Nightbot has forms available and such. Join us on Discord, come talk to us, check us out. Some of the guys are really nice. Some guys like me are really mean, you know, that's the way it goes. As we get going, Gas Smokin's gonna get a good line as Ethan has a little bit of a tail happy moment with Avi in between, I believe, is going to help mix up some of these guys, but Mike's gone his way through. Ethan clawing his way back into gas smoking after his little hiccup at the start. Zach the Beast clawing into the back of gearbox of the Haas of Mike there. So,
and also
yeah,
Bad
it'll be
Hunt
interesting.
right on the gearbox of Slingshot too. So a lot of cars back to back. Their own little battles
Slingshot
between each
goes
other.
deep. And Bad Hunt House makes a move through. Why did...
Same with Books, I believe,
That was
too, if he
odd.
gets the inside line. Little squabble, and Books does get his way through.
These guys are really fighting it out at the back, trying to get those bottom positions. They do pay out quite a bit. Book's getting a little bit too much curb, and it's throwing off those tires for him. Not really helping him out. But from the hards, considering the safety car, he was nowhere in sight. He's moved up, and now he's up into P6 so far on those hards, so he's doing well.
Ethan's still all
right
over
on
the back of gas smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Just eating that gearbox. Gas smoking going deep into the corner. Ethan not being quite able to make a move. Mike only a second back. Zach less than a second onto him.
Ethan has his overtake. Let's see if there's going to be a move. Little contact with the wall for gas smoking, and I believe Ethan does make the move.
Ethan makes the move, yeah. I honestly didn't think there was going to be a move done. It's hard to make a move through tunnel and into that corner. But it is done and through. Mike is going to try and claw into the back of gas smoking now.
We do have Mike and also Zach behind him too.
Mike gets a really good run on gas smoking. Those older mediums not really having the pace. DRS is enabled. Mike's not able to get ahead. Gas smoking breaks
lock up in turn one.
A little too much. Lock up, turn one. He's going to give up that podium position for now. I don't think he took more wing damage than need be. He might have. Yeah, he took more wing. That sucks. He's trying to nurse it to the end. It's not going to be able to do that now, I don't think. But Mike and Zach now fighting again. P2, P3. Same story. Round 2, round 3. Sounds about right.
Yeah, if I was Mike and Zach, I'd just try to work together and honestly catch up to Ethan instead of fight each other out.
I would be inclined to do that as well, but
knowing as it's for a P2 and P3, they're definitely going to want to keep their elbows out.
Well, Zach's not really satisfied with P2, so it's even if you want to share, man's going for P1. He ain't sharing that with you.
We're all drivers. We don't want to work together. We all want to fight each other.
I want to work together, but that's because I'm slow, so that's the difference. Some of us like to work together to try and get better placement, but that's usually not at podium. But man, these two are just fighting it out. Zach is just hounding the back. I'm not letting him go for a second. Trying to find any kind of move or spot to make a move, but there's just really nowhere to go in Monaco.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's those only
Books,
two spots you can. Going into this next few turns is where Zach can at least make a move on Mike.
They are falling off to Ethan in their pursuit of defense, attack, pace, what have you. But Ethan's probably fine with that, happy with that, just to try and run away. Mike is just going to defend it out. I don't blame him. Having a hard time with the curbs. Lock up from both drivers. Zach doesn't want to eat the back of Mike's gearbox, but yeah. I think Zach's got a better pace definitely around here. He's going to try and get a better run on Mike with DRS now. There's not enough battery, I don't think, to make it done into turn one. He's going to try and go wide, slingshot his speed through, carry it up into the left-right. But is it going to be enough? Not quite. Come on,
currently,
Zach. You can do it.
as these two are battling, currently gas smoking is on the newer soft, so he might be trying to go for the fastest lap, which Ethan has, which is a 1:14.1.
Yeah, definitely think it's time to pit for softs if you're a back guy and there's nothing really else to lose. Grab that extra point if you can. Ethan grabbing a 3-second time penalty for cutting corners all by himself. I know you get lonely up there, but you can't be just cutting corners like that, man. Oh, Zach the Beast having a bit of a moment, but a good save on him to hold the power through. Driving that Williams like George Russell and just putting his foot down, not giving a hoot. Like, he's so close, but not able to make a move. Like, that's so frustrating. I've been in that boat, and like, it is horrid. But it's Monaco.
Sometimes you definitely just have to sit behind the driver, see where their weaknesses are, and then kind of use that as an advantage and go for it.
Well, it's going to be harder for Zach the Beast because now he's got wing damage too, right? So, definitely going to help Mike. But, yeah, falling off 9 seconds from Ethan now. Just battling it out too much with Zach. Bad Hunt House. Yeah, quite a bit back, but still a good P4 from him if he can finish that. Slingshot, I think that's either tied for his best placement or his best placement. I think last race was his best placement in P6. So some of these guys are making okay improvements with the shorter crowd. You know, it pays to show up, definitely for some of these guys, making good points.
Yeah, even if Mike or Zach, if they have wing damage and they do pit, they will still maintain a top 5 position.
It's good points. Good points.
Yeah, even if it's just light wing damage and end plate, I'd still want to stay out. Just try to stick with the other driver and see who pits.
I just know that Zach wants to get around Mike, wants it done desperately. He's not going to get the P1 that he wants, it's still looting him. I just know he won't be happy with P3 either. P2 is kind of par for him at this point, I think. Guys definitely have the closest battle on track. I do want to show off some of the other drivers, but man, these two are just neck and neck every lap. Like, what else are you supposed to show off? This is just an amazing battle between the two of them.
Yeah, currently this is helping Ethan dramatically as there's still 10 laps to go and it's an 11-second gap and gaining between Ethan and Mike.
Yeah, it does make quite a big difference for Ethan with these two fighting. Bad Hunto's not able to really catch up to them, but these guys are all kind of spaced out in behind. But yeah, it's just Zach the Beast and Mike fighting it out for that podium spot right now. Maybe with penalties something else could happen, or maybe if there's another safety car for a 5-lap slap at the end we could see something, but I'm not exactly sure what else is going to happen here. Looks like Ethan, Mike, and Zach for the end. Those that were saying gas to the end, unfortunately not. I would have liked to have seen it. Also would have liked to have seen Bad Hunt House up there, or Watchman, but I want all of my all the Tier 5 drivers to have a podium and do well. That's the way it goes. You want all these people to do well.
Yeah, I've been feeling if there is
Practicing
a
with
safety
everybody,
car.
you want everyone to get a good line. You want them to
Yeah,
have a
if
good
there is a
finish.
safety car, I feel like the best option for Zach is just to stay out and hold everyone up, even with his wing damage, instead of trying to stay behind all the other cars on new softs.
It would definitely be an interesting strategy call. I'm definitely all for it. I would vote for it, but I think some other drivers would be a little bit hypey about that strategy. But again, that's the way it has to be sometimes. Zach the Beast is still just hounding Mike. I think he's just been saving a little bit more ERS, trying to figure out where Mike is weaker, but I'm just not sure he's gonna be able to get the line done. Maybe this time around it'll be the one. Trying to line it up, I think.
Could also be that Zach has, with his wing damage too, and maybe his tires will be worn, as he's just been sitting in the dirty air.
Zach couldn't quite get around. Mike had a really good defensive line into turn 1 and is making that car really wide. Just sitting on the racing line. Zach getting a good run on him. Is he going to be able to make a dive? No. It's hard to be brave because you really have to just send it and trust that they're not going to turn into you and say, well, I'm here now. It's as bad as it is driving in Toronto or driving in any great city. You're driving in city highway traffic. If you do not move for the position, you won't get that position. We think we've all been in there. So these guys will just have to drive it like that. Put yourself there and expect someone to say, I'm here now. You can't go there. And that's just the way it is. Oh, Zach just really on the back of Mike. Trying to get a good run.
Yeah, really all Zach needs is just a good launch out of that last corner. Going into here, unfortunately doesn't make a move, and then also getting that good traction out of the corner right before the tunnel section. That's all he really needs to make this move done.
Mike's getting a little bit out of sorts. I thought Zach would have tried to make a better move on him, but yeah. These guys are just trying to keep it competitive. Falling off from Ethan 16 seconds. Bad Hunt House still 8 seconds off. As we have a virtual safety car. What has happened? Who is what? Is it Abby?
I believe it was Abby at the last turn, just went straight into a wall. So Ethan could potentially hop on the softs if he wants to.
Is he gonna pit? No, he keeps going. And Mike's gonna continue, I think. Considering Zach the Beast is right on him and hounding him. I doubt he would stop for softs. Green light. If I was Ethan, he probably could have got away with the softs to the end and got that free pit stop with the BSC Delta, but...
Yeah, he definitely had the gap. It was a 19-second gap, so he could have easily had a free pit stop even under normal conditions.
Because, does he have fast slap? I don't think he does, but I guess he doesn't want that point. He's more focused about the win right now, and that's all he cares about. Doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah, currently Ethan has the fastest lap with a 14.1. Only other driver in the 14s is gas smoking on the softs.
So that's the way it is.
So unless gas smoking improves on his 14.7, Ethan has that extra point for fastest lap.
I'm not sure Zach the Beast is going to be able to make a move into these final laps. I think Mike's going to hold him off. And that's going to be the end of that. I can't believe it. If Mike can do it, that'd be great on him. A nice P2 finish.
Yeah, it's still a little too early to tell what the positions will be, as one little mistake could easily lose you 20 to 30 seconds around here.
Hey, with 5 laps left, I'd be limping any sort of wing damage through at this point, especially if I was in P2. With all the track penalties, I would take my risk at that. Zach is trying to close that 1 second gap back in after the VSC. Mike got away from him just that little bit.
Could also be just Zach falling into the dirty air and his tires kind of falling off, just sitting behind for so long.
It's also true, but he did claw in the time. He's back within DRS range.
Ooh, and there goes Avi off in turn 1.
Yep.
Actually, not turn 1. That'd be the final turn.
The final. Yeah. That's okay. I think they've had a rough race, but a good finish for them. Still P8 for finishing. Still points on the board. It's better than all the guys that didn't show up. And unfortunately, not for Watchman and Jack Harrell, who have both DNF'd, unfortunately. Within a second. Zach, please, can you make some Cinderella story on how you made a last lap pass and got P2, like, or something? Either that or Mike, you're just gonna have the story of I held him off for 20 laps and god damn, he made me sweat every single lap. Ethan running away, not even pushing really with the RS, having 100% battery. Mike giving it everything, running out of battery pretty much. Zach low on battery, trying to save up to make another push on Mike, I think. But yeah, these guys are nearing the end. Looks with a solid P7 finish. So yeah, Mike moving up 7 positions after having a grid penalty onto the podium.
Do you believe Zach will be coming in to change his wing? Or he actually stays out.
Yeah,
missing all of his right side wing.
Well, if he pits now, he's going to lose the position to Bad Hunt House. Like, there's 3 laps, you could try and catch up, but you're going to lose the points. He's better off just trying to, like, lose the 10 seconds over 3 laps, 2 laps. You know what I mean?
It's also still risking your car for potentially losing your wheel, too.
Oh,
it
yeah.
does have its ups
now
and downs.
You have no front shield. If you hit that wall, it's only tire left, pretty much. Like, that's the way it goes.
Especially in Sector 3, too. It's going to be a struggle trying to find grip. Worn tires and no wing.
Definitely. Definitely struggling out there for, which is going to give Mike a little bit of a fresh breath of air. Get away from these guys.
Also gives House the option for P3 if he catches up.
I don't know. Yeah, he could. I just don't know if 9 seconds is doable in 2 laps, even with the wing damage. Zach the Beast still seems to have ish pace with no wing. So he's only got to do 2 more laps, and Bad Hunt House goes a little bit deep. Saves the wing though, but it's not going to help him claw into Zach the Beast. He's just back up into the 10-second mark. Now under the 9s. Yeah, he's still fighting around that delta. Slingshot, I do believe, this is still his best finish, and Monaco is a fearsome track, but it goes to show you, being a clean driver like Slingshot, what it can get you. Good solid drive from him. Didn't really move up, but had a lot of drama during the race. Gas smoking up a position over the race after having his grid penalty. Didn't go the way he wanted it to be, but I think Books wanted a little bit more, but it just wasn't in the cards today for Monaco. I think he just got tangled up with the other, just didn't really want to be tangled with, so that's the way it goes. That's Monaco. Monaco is an F. You don't know that there's a silent F in Monaco?
So just after doing a quick check for penalties, it's going to come down to whether Zach or Bad Hunt pick up any penalties at the end, because they're both equal.
And Ethan did wing damage by himself all alone. Who does that? Who takes wing damage when you're by yourself like that? God. I'm just poking at him because he's in first, and I got nothing else to really say bad about him, so that's about it. Good on you, Ethan. You got yourself out of the trap. Takes a 3... Ethan, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ethan? Clean up your act. Well, yeah, he drove a good race. Got out of his nose out of traffic. Got it out of trouble. Was able to slink his way through. And got the best situation of the safety cars again. Gets lucky on the safety cars. I'm starting to think he's starting to pay those stewards and Mercedes safety car drivers. But Ethan's gonna finish and take our P1 this evening. See Mike try to round out our number 2. 11 seconds back from him. Zach the Beast coming down through. Now his penalty is going to make the difference for Zach. And it's not. Bad Hunt House is only going to take 4th. And Slingshot's going to slink his way up into 5th as he's on his way through. A nice little drift and recovery. But yeah, I think that's about it. And then just waiting for Bucks to come down over the line, and that would be everybody and everybody. So yeah, Smoking not having the greatest one, unfortunately, after the restart, and Books losing, unfortunately, a bit more wing than he probably wanted, but good race, guys.
And our fastest lap, I believe, will go to Ethan as Books crosses the line.
Yeah, Mike from the back of the pack held off Zach with the superior pace. And there you have it. Our P1, 2, and 3. And there you have it, our final running order of everybody here tonight. Not a whole lot for us, but there was quite a few incidences going through, just being Monaco, being a small track. Not a lot that you can really offer anybody else that comes up beside you either.
I'll
But,
pop some invites to the guys so we can continue with our podium interviews.
Bad Hunt House. 5 pit stops. 4 stops, P4. I like it. I like it a lot. Books with 8 stops. Avi with 8 stops. Not bad. That is an interesting strategy for Monaco. Make sure to include audio.
There's 2 Mexicans on the podium.
There we have it. I guess everyone's already in here. Everyone has their audio included, yes?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Everyone about the game, even though I meant to include my audio.
It's all good. Zach, I don't know what to say. I think you had the superior pace out there, but it didn't quite go your way. You want to talk us through what kind of happened there? Or?
Yeah, I definitely think I could have gotten a spot better than P3 today, but no matter what, a podium's always good, especially with the fact that I got a 3-second time penalty and bonked the insider going through the chicane, I think. And I think I was really patient with the Haas at the end there. I really think that was a smart move. I could have dive bombed the inner in one, but I thought it wouldn't be that nice at the end, so decided to back out of it. I was pushing too much at the end. Got yellow wing damage on my left and orange on my right, and I just had to bring it home.
Well, you definitely did do that. It was better to bring it home than to pit. We were discussing that in the chat, but I'm glad that you did bring it home the way you did and was able to still hold that P3 finish for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully with the rule of thumb in motorsports is if you keep clicking off good finishes, one race you're finally going to get that win. So I really think next week at Baku, I really like Baku. I just have to worry about that part going before the corner, before the long straight. I really think if I fix that part, I really think I have a better shot at winning that race than the last couple races.
Well, we hope to see you do better at Baku then, but we'll take it off to Phantom and Mike to see how he did with his race.
So, quick question, Mike. What was going on through your head with having Zach behind you for pretty much 50% of the race?
Yeah, it was definitely not easy for about 16 laps or so until Zach took a little bit more wing damage closer to the end and then fell off of you a bit, which I think gave you that breath of fresh air, but it was definitely an interesting race. And Ethan, the man that needs to see the stewards for paying off every safety car to come out conveniently when he needs it to, how are you doing up on P1 again?
I'm doing great, honestly. I thought I was gonna not finish.
You deserve the win. You drove well. I'm just messing with you at this point. That's all.
It's just It's like every other race. I just got a bag for the car.
Well, you
Safety cars
definitely got
always
it
help me out.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a shame that
you
I
definitely
crashed
got it
out
today.
in quali.
I don't know what happened. Were you just turning the engine down and were taking too much speed into turn 1 by the time you got there? Like, what happened there?
Basically, my brake pedal's been acting up lately, and
Yeah.
I tried to step on it. It just went deadlock, and then I tried to turn, but then it just kept on going straight for me.
That happens sometimes. I was concerned that it might have been a wheel issue that had caused it, or you were just turning down and then didn't have the time to get back around. But at least you made a pretty good recovery. You still started, what, 4th, and was able to make your way up into P1, so still not a bad quality and finish for you. But that should be the end of our stream here tonight. If you were interested, we do have links down in our chat to join our Discord and try and set in your TTs and see where you can place. You could be either on a waiting list, or you could be even in Tier 5 and race with these guys here tonight, or well into the future. But that'll be it for us. Have you all a good night, and I'll see you all at our future BRL races.
Si estás muy bien, Mike. Muy bien.